Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Delta Sky Team and our global partners, welcome on board your Delta flight going to Charlotte Douglas International Airport. As you're making your way to your seat, we kindly ask that you please step into your row and out of the aisle as quickly as possible to allow those passengers behind you to make their way to their seat as well. If you're traveling with a larger rollerboard, please place it in the overhead bins, either wheels or handles first on either side of the aircraft. Keeping in mind that the overhead bin space is shared space, so if the bin directly above your seat is already full, please go ahead and utilize the next available space. If you brought in a second item with you, such as a briefcase, tote bag, laptop bag, backpack, you can go ahead and utilize that space under the seat in front of you, so that we can utilize that overhead bin space for your larger bags without having to check them plain sight to your final destination. Feel free to utilize your mobile phones, tablets, and e-readers while we're here at the gate. However, once we close our boarding door, you must please place these items into airplane mode or turn off your cellular service. So we'd like to thank you all for choosing to fly Delta. Welcome on board.
Alright, so we have no one to talk to at the moment. We're on VATSIM. We're not using traffic. We're not using Traffic Global on this flight or anything from say Intentions. So this will be a VATSIM flight tonight. But it's we do not have an active controller where we are. It's very quiet here at the airport. Very quiet. See if we can get our numbers in here. So we're going to be going out on 27 right. Let me see here. 27 right, yeah. Fill departure. And we're going to be arriving on 18 left. Jones 5. Novia and controller, whatever that is. Okay. Let's get our performance numbers now. Seven right. Let's bring that in. We're 393941. Flaps are at a setting of 1. Up 2.9. Our flex is 7.3. Go. Looks good. All that's loaded. And it does look like Memphis area has controller, but we do not. We're just, yeah, we don't have a whole lot going on here. Like I said, it's very quiet here.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go. Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Some doors are still opened or the GPU or the ASU are still connected. I'm waiting for all of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect. Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Just so you know, I reset. I completely reset that when I killed the power. I didn't do it. I messed something up. having to watch, make sure nothing comes open.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Hey. Quit blinding me with your landing lights. Turn them off.
Flight attendants, prepare your doors for departure, please. Cross-check and all call. Once again, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome on board your Delta flight. So in just a moment, we'll be showing you a brief presentation on the safety features of this aircraft. We kindly ask that you please direct your attention to the video monitors and flight attendants in the aisle, even if you are a frequent flyer. Thank you so much.
Welcome aboard, and thank you for choosing Delta for 100 years and counting.
Delta. 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 Delta Airlines.
The health and safety of our customers and crew is our #1 priority and the shared responsibility of everyone on board. So, before we depart, please pay attention to this important message. Stow all carry-on items in an overhead bin and place smaller items completely under the seat in front of you.
Larger electronic devices must be placed in a bag. Handheld portable electronic devices, including mobile phones, should also be secured.
Keep the aisles, exits, and bulkhead areas clear. If you lose an electronic device in your seat, please do not adjust your seat and ask a crew member for help.
As we leave the gate, fasten your seatbelt by inserting the metal tip into the buckle and adjusting the strap so it's low and tight across your lap. To release, lift the top of the buckle. If your seat has a shoulder harness, attach the metal tip to the fitting on the belt. To release, push the metal tip down. Stay seated with your seatbelt fastened when the
Operation
seatbelt sign
complete.
is
Go
on,
ahead and set the
keep
parking
it
brake.
fastened whenever you're seated in case of sudden rough air. In the event of rough air, the crew might also need to buckle up for safety.
Disconnecting tow.
We
Stand by.
appreciate your understanding if our service is interrupted.
Federal regulations require all passengers to comply with all crew members' instructions, along with the posted placards and lighted information signs throughout the cabin. Smoking, vaping, the use of e-cigarettes or any smokeless product, including chewing tobacco, is not allowed on any Delta flight. Federal law prohibits tampering with, disabling, or destroying restroom smoke detectors.
There are 8 exits on this plane, 8 doors, 4 on each side. Each door has a detachable slide that can be used as a raft.
In the event of an evacuation, leave all bags behind. Carry-in baggage will slow the evacuation. All exits are clearly marked with the green exit symbol. Locate the nearest exits and remember,
Tow is
they might be
disconnected
behind
and
you.
bypass pin has been
If we
removed.
lose power,
Hand signal on
lights
the
will
right.
illuminate
We'll see
the
you next
aisles
time,
to
and
guide
have
you
a
to
safe
an
flight.
exit.
It's unlikely, but if cabin pressure changes, oxygen masks will drop from the panels above your seat and inside the lavatories. Reach up and pull a mask or streamer down to start the flow of oxygen. Remove any face covering and place the mask over your nose and mouth. Slip the elastic strap over your head and adjust the mask if necessary. Breathe normally and note that oxygen is flowing, so don't worry if the bag doesn't inflate. Be sure to adjust your own mask before helping others.
A water evacuation is also unlikely, but just in case. Life vests are in a compartment beneath or adjacent to your seat. To use, remove the vest from its container by pulling on the tab and then opening the pouch. Slip the vest over your head. Wrap the strap around your waist, attach it to the buckle in front, and adjust securely around your waist. As you leave the plane, inflate the vest by pulling down on the red tab at the bottom, or manually inflate it by blowing into the tube at shoulder level. A water-activated light is attached to each vest. For children under 35 pounds, place the vest around their waist and secure the strap between the legs. See your safety card for more information. Additional life vests for in-lab children are in marked compartments at the front and rear of the plane. We'll distribute these vests if necessary.
Before takeoff, bring your seat to its upright position and stow your tray table, footrest, and leg rest. Be sure you fastened your seatbelt low and tight across your lap, carry-on items secured, and armrests are at resting position, or as otherwise indicated on the placard in front of you. If you have a suite door, ensure it's open. See placard instructions inside the suite door for opening instructions in case of emergency. Finally, take a moment to review the safety information card in your seat pocket.
As we finish our safety check, please let us know if you have any questions.
As we take off into the future, sit back and relax. And from all of our crew, thank you for flying with Delta, today and for the next 100 years.
positive rate. Here. Right, I should have a clean, like, rollout, like departure. Looks like it.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we climb to our cruising altitude, we'd like to extend a special thank you to each of you and a welcome back to our SkyMile members and Million Milers. Your business and loyalty are greatly appreciated by the entire Delta family. For your safety, it's important to remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime the seatbelt sign is on. Even if the sign is off, please keep your seatbelt fastened in case we experience any unexpected rough air. We ask that you also please remember to use caution if opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during takeoff. We've now reached an altitude where it's safe to use approved electronic devices, and a listing of these devices can be found in the On today's flight in the economy cabin, it'll be our pleasure to offer you complimentary Coca-Cola products, Starbucks coffee, water, juices, a variety of complimentary snacks, as well as a selection of our fresh eats items and all-day goodies. Beer, wine, and spirits are available complimentary for our first class and Delta Comfort Plus passengers, as well as available for purchase for the main cabin. A complete listing of available beverages, as well as of our fresh eats items, can be found in the menus in your seat pocket. Please be reminded that Delta accepts only major credit or debit cards for onboard purchases of beverages and snacks. However, you can use your Delta SkyMiles American Express card to save 15% and earn double miles
I'm really
on all
not real
Delta
fond
purchases.
of flack.
For your enjoyment, each seat is equipped with your own personal entertainment system. On it, you can view a selection of complimentary as well as on-demand TV shows, movies, and music.
You've like heard the concussions.
You'll find that the screen
don't
will
like
work best
it.
with just a light tap of your fingertip. Feel free to use your own headsets. Otherwise, if you do need a headset, just let a flight attendant know they are yours complimentary for this and any future Delta flights.
How about a quick hop to Charlotte from Atlanta? There you go. That's a simple flight. So we're on. Yeah, I just took off. We're on VATSIM tonight. We're not on Say Intentions, which normally I like using for my ATC. So, well, a little bit quieter of a flight because I noticed I don't see a lot going on in the VATSIM ATC area right now. I think I'll pull that up. I'll show you. So here is, hold on 1 second. Take the lights down. So, right now, that ATC, that Memphis has ATC, but it looks like we've got a clean shot here. And let's see, I'll put the live traffic out there and let's see who's out. So we're flying out now. We're on the departure, and there are some aircraft in the vicinity, but it looks like not too super busy. So we may even land in Charlotte with no without a whole lot of aircraft. Weather looks good too. I don't have all the details yet, but that KC-130 mid-air collision, and man, it's sad. It's really sad. So shout out to my six pilots, or six crewmen who lost their lives. My ground spoilers are still armed, so I'm gonna disarm them. Looks like the tower in Birmingham, someone is working the tower, but they're not that close to us, I don't think. Let's see that. No, because we're flying away from it. Memphis, where's the tower? Yes, I see there. I see the tower. So the Birmingham tower has arrival and departure clearance, etc. Not us. Alright, we're only 190 miles out of Charlotte. We are going to go ahead and put our numbers together for arrival. So brake mode is going to be medium for this flight. QNH is 3004. Actually, the same as it is here. 30. Temp is 13. And winds are 220, 9 knots. I thought I'd put the flaps back into retracted position earlier. It says I did, so okay. Alright. So we've already been cleared Jones arrival. We're just giving a heads up that about how we can descend, so we're all good. See here. Right, we're at cruise altitude. And I'm going to go ahead and set our altitude to 3,000. And we're gonna, it'll manage its way down. We're gonna coming down on the Jones 5 arrival. We've already said medium braking. We're good for that. Okay. Check the VATSIM map. We are about 37 miles from top of descent. QNH is 30.04. Landing sites are on. So no, we don't have any VATSIM ATC. We're going to be going in on our own, so no separation service. We just got to be careful, monitor traffic. And it looks like we don't have a whole lot of traffic either. I've got live traffic I'm monitoring. I don't see anything. Alright, we're gonna begin our descent. Seat belts are on. Electronics, they can keep their electronics on.
Please prepare the cab for arrival.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have begun our initial descent. At this time, we ask that you kindly begin to recheck the security of your seatbelt. And if you've removed any items from the overhead bins, please begin to restow them at this time. Please check around your seating area and the seat pocket in front of you for any cups, glasses, or other articles you wish to discard. And kindly hand these items to the flight attendants as they make their way through the aisle. Thank you so much. We should be landing in approximately 15 to 20 minutes.
Right, we have no separation service on this flight. VATSIM doesn't have any controllers or center controlling Charlotte airspace, so we are monitoring our traffic. It looks like it's it's clear sailing for us. We don't have any incoming traffic. It looks like everybody's either flying past us out of Charlotte. Yeah, most got a lot of traffic up toward Baltimore. Looks like. Yeah. Not sure what's up with that. Atlanta's picking up a little bit, but we have nobody. we're not in a rush to descend. By the way, I'm just, I think VNAV's kind of taking us down a slow path here, and it's keeping us on our kind of our glide path, our descent path. This is a Toliss A330-900 Airbus with a Delta livery. We're sporting a Delta Orisa livery. I have the retro livery, which it took forever for me to finally get a good Delta livery for it, like a Orisa livery. Cake waypoint, going toward the Cake waypoint right now, and we're on the Jones 5 arrival. Speed seems relatively controlled right now. Our descent speed's about 270 knots. Managed well. Let's just say managed. Good job. We're about 112 miles out of Charlotte. We're going to be coming out on runway 18 left. Current QNH is 30.04. And the missed approach is 3,000 feet and a left turn. But we're hoping we don't have to worry with that. We're at a rougher landing earlier at EHAM. I had kind of a rough landing at EHAM. I did. I don't think there was winds. I don't think that was as much wind related. Check our path. We're good. getting close to 18,000. QNH 3004. Transition, and we're on regular altimeter now, 3004. We're 80 miles, we'll fly 80 miles to get to the runway. We're actually only 44 miles from the airport, but our transition miles are add up to about 40 miles. We'll have to get positioned for 18 left. We have a hard stop at 12,620, an at or above stop. We'll see if we need that or not. That's still 15 miles away. going to go ahead and cut the landing lights on and the nose light. Alright, we're at 13,000, descending below 13,000. So that is Charlotte directly in front of us, but we have a transition. We have some pilot stuff we got to do to transition and get to the other side.
feet.
Right, speed looks good. Want to flap some more. We're on our base leg. That's, we're on our downwind. Remember, we don't have ATC from VATSIM, so we are on our own. I don't mind that. We don't have to worry about spacing. Looks like we're pretty clear here for Charlotte. Now in real life, this airport's pretty, it looks like a highway in the sky. When I used to go home from work, it's pretty amazing. Holding 10,000 right now. So we start just not holding. All right, we're good. Airport's out to our right. Good. Okay. Ground spoilers armed. Auto brake is set to medium. And we're following our flaps progression. We're to flaps 2. Right, Cavi, we have a big turn coming here. Then we're going to start back to what will be our, this is our final. So right now, this is kind of our base leg right now, 25. Flaps 3. Alright, we've captured. I have autopilot 2 engaged. And we're lining up for final. 18 left. We're 12 miles out. About another 2 miles we'll put down the carriage, as they say in Europe. Drop the gear. Alright, carriage is being let down. Alright, we don't have anybody to give us any further clearance. We're going in on a runway with no spacing management or no spacing guidance. Oh, sorry, landing gear 3 green.
2,500.
Looks good. We're about 2,000 feet.
2,000.
Right, we're lined up. We're 1,000 feet.
1,000. $500. 400.
Right, full flaps. We're in landing configuration. Under brake is
100
set to
above.
medium. Ground spoilers are on.
300.
Flaps are full. Ready.
Minimum.
Continue.
200.
Nighttime views look great.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Retard. 5. Retard. 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 Retard.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain has parked the aircraft at the gate and turned off the seatbelt sign. This will be your one and only indication that it's safe for you to get up and move about the cabin. Please be reminded to use caution when opening the overhead bins to prevent injury from articles that may have shifted during landing. You may now use your mobile phones and other handheld electronic devices while we taxi to the gate. However, your laptop computers and larger electronics must remain stowed. We invite you to visit delta.com for all your future travel needs, including checking in for a flight and managing your SkyMiles account. If any of you should have questions regarding ground transportation, baggage claim, or any other information, a uniformed Delta agent meeting this flight will be more than happy to answer any questions you may have. On behalf of Delta Sky Team, our global partners, and flight crew, we'd like to thank you all for flying with us. We've enjoyed having you on board and look forward to the opportunity to serve you once again. Thank you so much and have a wonderful evening. Flight attendants, prepare doors for arrival, please. Cross-check and all call.
Taxi to the gate, our correct gate. Pull it up here. steal a gate, by the way. In this case here, since things are slow. Okay. Wow. I got a 94 score, like perfect score, but I'm never on, I'm usually not on VATSIM, and it's giving me a fist bump for being on VATSIM. Well, thank you, but I'm not usually on it. Okay. Okay. All right. We're going to disconnect off of VATSIM. And go to the replay. Fly the front nose down. There we go. welcome to Charlotte. Everybody have a pleasant evening. I'm going to bed.